Princeton. Those schools do not like each other. I mean, and that's putting it kindly. It's one of the great rivalries in sports.
You'll find the Princeton people will say that their U.S. News and World Report ranking is higher than Penn's.
Princeton thinks they're better than Penn. Often if Penn is winning the game, Princeton will start screaming out, safety school, safety school.
I have a lot of love for them. I mean, that's in football too, man. I don't care, lacrosse, ping pong, whatever. I'm always happy when we beat Penn.
Johnson for three!
You know, we respect Princeton, even when we don't like them necessarily.
I think there's a kind of toast each other with brandy snifters kind of attitude because they're up in this, no pun intended, this ivory tower, really.
Since the formation of the Ivy League in 1955, only 6 times has the league championship been awarded without the Quakers or Tigers at least sharing the crown.
Nobody but Penn or Princeton wins the Ivy League, and only the winner of the Ivy League regular season goes on to the tournament.
And the Princeton Tigers are going back to the NCAA tournament.
There's an absence of a conference tournament. You're looking at a league where, at least historically, it's been a one-team conference. You know, one team gets invited to the NCAA tournament. Either they're going to have to go through us or we're going to have to go through them.
And Penn answers with a miracle of their own, and they beat Princeton.
If you don't win, you're not going to the NCAA. That adds a little bit more drama to the event and makes it why it's probably the premier rivalry in college basketball.
Underscoring the rivalry was a record-setting comeback in a 1999 Classic.
We hit the first basket of the game, up 3-0. They scored the next 29 points.
And bang, Frank Brown off the bench. And the Quaker run continues. Well, some nights you got it going.
And it was unbelievable. Princeton couldn't do anything right.
Mason Rocca lost the handle.
And then all of a sudden it completely turned.
It was one of those weird games where things just in the second half started bouncing their way.
From Princeton, another three. Earl from way outside. This has been an incredible comeback by Princeton.
Princeton comes back to win 50-49.
A miracle in Philadelphia for Princeton. And the crowd at the Palestra is stunned.
And some people say, oh, it was a disgrace. Oh, it was a disaster. Oh, you guys choked. But the results of that game ended up leading us to something that we are real proud of.
Somehow, some way, these kids that we had that year found a way to win the next 7 games, and we won the Ivy League championship.
Year in and year out, the Ivy League title comes down to Penn and Princeton. 2 great schools competing with 2 great basketball programs.
It's the history and tradition of the 2 programs and where they have been and the success that they've had has made this a great rivalry.